The vast expanse of space stretched out before the Galactic Alliance's flagship, the Star Seeker. Its sleek, metallic hull gleamed in the light of distant stars. On the bridge, Admiral Zixnor, a tall, blue-skinned alien with 4 arms, stood proudly. His large, compound eyes scanned the holographic displays surrounding him. "Admiral," a junior officer called out, their voice filled with excitement. "We've detected signs of a new civilization." Zixnor's antenna twitched with interest. "Show me," he commanded. A 3D image of a small blue-green planet appeared in the center of the bridge. It was a beautiful world, covered in swirling clouds and vast oceans. But what caught the Admiral's attention were the primitive satellites orbiting the planet and the small ships moving between them. "Interesting," Zixnor mused, stroking his chin with one of his lower arms. "What do we know about them?" The science officer, a short, reptilian creature named Slith, stepped forward. "They call themselves humans, Admiral. They've only recently achieved spaceflight. Their technology is primitive by our standards." Zixnor nodded, a smile spreading across his face. "Perfect. The Council will be pleased. We've been looking for new resources, and this planet seems rich with them." As the crew buzzed with excitement, a message came through. The humans had detected the Alliance's presence and were sending a diplomatic team to make first contact. "Let them come," Zixnor laughed. "We'll humor them before we take what we want." Days later, a small human ship docked with the Star Seeker. The Alliance crew watched with amusement as the airlock opened, revealing 5 humans in simple spacesuits. The leader of the human team, a woman named Sarah Chen, stepped forward. She removed her helmet, revealing a face that looked strange to the alien crew. "Greetings," she said, her voice calm and confident. "We come in peace, seeking friendship and knowledge." Zixnor towered over Sarah, but she didn't flinch. "Welcome aboard," he said, his voice dripping with false warmth. "We're always excited to meet new species." As they walked through the ship, Sarah and her team marveled at the advanced technology. They asked questions, eager to learn. But Zixnor and his crew only saw this as proof of human inferiority. In the conference room, Sarah presented gifts and spoke of Earth's desire for peaceful relations. She showed images of human cities, art, and scientific achievements. But when she mentioned Earth's military capabilities, Zixnor couldn't contain his laughter. "You call those ships?" He chuckled, pointing at an image of Earth's space fleet. "They're so tiny. What could they possibly do against real warships?" Sarah's expression remained neutral, but her eyes flashed with something that made Zixnor pause. "Size isn't everything, Admiral," she said calmly. "We hope it never comes to conflict, but if it does, you might be surprised." After the humans left, Zixnor called a meeting with his top officers. "These humans are no threat," he declared. "Their planet is ripe for the taking. We'll send a small force to show our power, and they'll surrender without a fight." As the Star Seeker prepared to report back to the Galactic Council, none of its crew realized the grave mistake they were making. They had no idea that the small human ships they had laughed at were more than they appeared. They couldn't know that Earth, far from being defenseless, had been preparing for this moment for years. Back on Earth, Sarah Chen stood before the United Earth Defense Council. "They underestimate us, just as we hoped," she reported. "They saw what we wanted them to see." The room filled with grim smiles. Humanity had long suspected they weren't alone in the universe. They had prepared in secret, building ships that looked primitive on the outside, but contained technology beyond even the Galactic Alliance's understanding. As the Council discussed their next moves, a sense of determination filled the air. The aliens thought they were dealing with easy prey. They would soon learn how wrong they were. Humanity was ready, and the galaxy was about to get a wake-up call it would never forget. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with excitement. Thousands of alien representatives from across the galaxy gathered to hear Admiral Zixnor's report on the newly discovered species, humans. Zixnor stood tall on the central platform, his blue skin shimmering under the bright lights. He cleared his throat and began. Esteemed members of the council, I bring news of a primitive world ripe for conquest. Holographic images of Earth and its tiny fleet appeared around him. The hall erupted in laughter as the aliens saw the small human ships. These are their best defenses, a reptilian counselor hissed between chuckles. Indeed, Zixnor grinned. They call it their space force. Pathetic, isn't it? As the laughter died down, a small gray alien with large black eyes raised a hand. This was Verinox, known for his caution and wisdom. Admiral, Verinox said, his voice soft but clear, did the humans not warn you of their military capabilities? Zixnor waved a dismissive hand. Oh, they did. But look at those ships. They're no match for even our smallest cruisers. Verinox frowned. Sometimes, Admiral, the greatest strength lies hidden. But Zixnor and the Council ignored the warning. They were too excited by the prospect of easy conquest and the rich resources Earth promised. Meanwhile, on Earth, the United Earth Defense Council was in session. Sarah Chen, now revealed as the head of Earth's intelligence agency, stood before them. The aliens took the bait, she reported. They saw our decoy fleet and fell for it completely. General Rodriguez, a tough-looking man with a scared face, nodded approvingly. Excellent. How long until they make their move? Sarah consulted her tablet. Our deep space sensors detect a small alien fleet heading our way. They'll be here in about a week. The room grew tense. This was the moment they had prepared for over decades. Are our real ships ready? President Nkrumah asked, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. Admiral Tanaka, a stern Japanese woman, stood up. Yes, Madam President. Our advanced fleet is hidden and ready. The aliens won't know what hit them. As the meeting continued, we see glimpses of Earth's true preparations. Deep under the Pacific Ocean, massive hangar doors opened, revealing sleek, advanced warships unlike anything seen before. In a secret base on Mars, pilots ran final simulations on fighters that could outmaneuver anything in the known galaxy. And in orbit around Jupiter, hidden by the gas giant's powerful magnetic field, Earth's flagship, humanity's hope, waited, its advanced stealth systems making it invisible to even the most advanced alien sensors. Back in the council hall, Zixnor was wrapping up his presentation. We'll send a small force to show our power. These humans will surrender without a fight, and their resources will fuel our expansion for centuries. The council cheered, drunk on the promise of easy victory. Only Verinox remained silent, a feeling of unease growing in his gut. As the alien fleet prepared to depart, overconfident and under-equipped, humanity watched and waited. In military bases around the world, soldiers said goodbye to their families, knowing the fate of their species might rest on their shoulders. In her office, Sarah Chen looked out at the night sky. She could almost feel the approaching alien ships. They think we're prey, she murmured. They're about to learn we're apex predators. The stage was set. Two forces, each underestimating the other, were about to collide. But while the aliens expected an easy conquest, humanity was ready for the fight of its life. As Earth's hidden fleet powered up its engines, as pilots climbed into their advanced fighters, as soldiers checked their futuristic weapons one last time, a sense of grim determination settled over the planet. The aliens were coming, laughing at Earth's supposed weakness. But their laughter would soon turn to shock, then fear, for they were about to discover that sometimes the smallest dogs bite the hardest, and humanity was ready to bite back with everything it had. The alien fleet appeared at the edge of the solar system, a group of 10 ships that looked like shining silver fish swimming through the black sea of space. On the bridge of the lead ship, Commander Grax smiled, showing rows of sharp teeth. Look at this pathetic system, he laughed. No defenses, no real ships. This will be easier than taking candy from a baby's organ. His crew laughed with him, already dreaming of the easy victory and rich rewards to come. As they approached Mars, Earth's long-range sensors picked them up. In the secret command center deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, General Rodriguez watched the alien ships on a huge screen. "Right on time," he said, his face grim. "Are our ships in position?" Admiral Tanaka nodded. "Yes, sir. They're hidden behind the moon, ready to move on your command." On the main screen, they could see Earth's defensive fleet, a group of small, seemingly weak ships that were actually empty shells controlled by AI. These decoys were part of humanity's grand deception. As the alien fleet entered Earth's orbit, Commander Grax's voice boomed across all frequencies. "People of Earth, we are the Galactic Alliance. Surrender now, and we will be merciful. Resist, and we will destroy you." In response, Earth launched its decoy fleet. The small ships moved slowly, looking clumsy and weak compared to the sleek alien vessels. Grax laughed again. "Look at these toys. Crew, prepare tow." Suddenly, alarms blared on the alien ships. One of Grax's officers shouted, "Sir, we're detecting massive energy readings from behind Earth's moon." Before Grax could respond, 5 massive warships appeared, seeming to materialize out of nowhere. They were long and sleek, colored a deep space black that seemed to swallow light. Blue energy pulsed along their sides, and weapon ports glowed with power. Grax's jaw dropped. "Impossible," he gasped. On the lead human ship, named Humanity's Shield, Captain Maria Chen, Sarah's sister, smiled grimly. "This is Captain Chen of the Earth Defense Force," she broadcast. "You were warned. Leave now, or face the consequences." Grax, shocked but still arrogant, snarled, "Never. All ships, attack." The alien fleet opened fire, their energy weapons lashing out at the human ships. But to their horror, the beams seemed to bend around the Earth vessels, causing no damage. "Impossible," Grax whispered again. Captain Chen's voice came again, calm and cold. "We gave you a chance. Remember that." The human ships moved with impossible speed and grace. Their weapons fired, not beams of energy, but strange, swirling vortexes that seemed to tear holes in space itself. 3 alien ships were hit in the first volley. They didn't explode. They simply ceased to exist, leaving behind only quickly fading ripples in the fabric of space. Panic spread through the alien fleet. They had come expecting an easy fight against primitive foes. Instead, they faced an enemy with technology far beyond their own. Grax, his earlier confidence shattered, screamed, "Retreat! All ships, retreat!" The remaining alien vessels turned, desperately trying to escape. But the human ships were faster. One by one, the alien ships vanished, swallowed by the strange weapons. Finally, only Grax's ship remained. It shuddered as it was caught in a tractor beam from the Humanity's Shield. Captain Chen's face appeared on Grax's screen. "Commander Grax," she said, her voice hard, "you will be taken to Earth for questioning. Your ship's database will be analyzed, and you will explain to your leaders why they should never threaten Earth again." As Grax's ship was pulled towards Earth, the alien commander collapsed in his chair, his mind reeling. How had it gone so wrong? How could these humans, who they had laughed at, possess such power? On Earth, in the command center, General Rodriguez allowed himself a small smile. "Phase 1 complete," he said. "Now let's prepare for what comes next. The real battle is just beginning." The first skirmish was over. Humanity had revealed a fraction of its true strength, and across the galaxy, alarm bells were about to ring as news of the primitive humans' victory spread like wildfire. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Alliance was in chaos. Alien representatives from 1,000 worlds shouted and argued. The news of the human victory had spread faster than light itself. Admiral Zixnor stood in the center, his blue skin now pale with fear. "It's impossible," he shouted. "They were primitive. Their ships were tiny." Vernox, the small gray alien who had warned them before, stepped forward. I told you, Admiral. The greatest strength often lies hidden. On the main screen, images from the battle played. The Council watched in stunned silence as the human ships appeared from nowhere and destroyed the alien fleet with ease. What are those weapons? A reptilian counselor asked, his voice shaking. Vernox studied the footage. It appears to be some kind of localized space-time manipulation, far beyond our current understanding. The hall erupted in panic again. If the humans could do this, what else were they capable of? Meanwhile, on Earth, Sarah Chen stood in an underground lab, facing a wall of screens. Each one showed a different alien news broadcast. All of them were talking about Earth. It's working, she said, a small smile on her face. They're scared. Behind her, a team of scientists worked on a captured alien ship. Its hull was open, revealing technology that looked primitive compared to the human devices analyzing it. One of the scientists approached Sarah. Ma'am, we've finished our analysis. Their tech, it's like comparing a candle to a star. We're centuries ahead of them in almost every field. Sarah nodded. Good. Prepare a report for the president. We need to decide our next move carefully. In a high-security prison, Commander Grax sat in a cell, but this was unlike any prison he had ever seen. The walls seemed to shift and change, and he couldn't tell if the room was tiny or enormous. A door appeared, and Sarah Chen walked in. Grax tried to look brave, but his antennae trembled. Why? He asked. Why did you hide your true strength? Sarah sat down across from him. For the same reason a tiger doesn't roar before it pounces. We knew we weren't alone in the universe. We prepared. We watched. We waited. Grax's eyes widened. The diplomatic mission, the primitive ships, it was all a trick. Sarah nodded. We showed you what you expected to see. Your arrogance did the rest. Back in the Galactic Council, Admiral Zixnor was trying to regain control. We must strike back, he shouted. Gather our full fleet. We'll show these humans our true power. But before anyone could agree, a new signal cut through all communications. On every screen in the hall, Sarah Chen's face appeared. Greetings, Galactic Alliance, she said, her voice calm but filled with authority. I am Sarah Chen, Director of Earth's Interstellar Relations. The hall fell silent. Sarah continued, We have analyzed your technology. We have questioned your commander. And we have come to a decision. She paused, letting the tension build. Earth is willing to forgive this unprovoked attack. We are open to peaceful relations and cultural exchange. But know this, any further aggression will be met with the full force of our military might. And as you have seen, that is not something you want to face. The transmission ended, leaving the council in stunned silence. Vernox was the first to speak. We should accept their offer. We are not ready for a war with such an advanced species. Slowly, the other council members began to nod in agreement. Even Admiral Zixnor, his dreams of easy conquest shattered, couldn't argue. As the council began to draft a response to Earth, the true balance of power in the galaxy shifted. The hunters had become the hunted. The primitive world they had laughed at now held the fate of the Alliance in its hands. And on Earth, humanity prepared for a new era. They had revealed their strength. Now, they had to decide how to use it. The vast darkness of space was suddenly lit up by flashes of blue light. 5 human warships appeared near a major Galactic Alliance outpost. Their sleek, black hulls seemed to absorb the starlight around them. On the bridge of the lead ship, Humanity's Fist, Admiral Tanaka stood tall. Her face was calm, but her eyes burned with determination. All ships, report in, she commanded. One by one, the captains confirmed their readiness. This was humanity's first push into alien territory, a show of force to back up their warnings. Inside the alien outpost, alarms blared. The commander, a tall insectoid alien named Zigzag, rushed to the control room. What's happening? He chittered. Human ships, sir. An officer replied, fear in his voice. They just appeared out of nowhere. Zigzag's antenna twitched nervously. Hail them immediately. On the main screen, Admiral Tanaka's face appeared. This is Admiral Tanaka of the Earth Defense Force. We are here to discuss the terms of our new relationship. Zigzag tried to look brave. We welcome you, Admiral. But this unannounced visit is most irregular. Tanaka's expression didn't change. So was your attempt to conquer our world. Consider this a reminder of the consequences of aggression against Earth. As they talked, human ships easily dodged the outpost's automated defenses. The alien weapons, once considered top of the line, seemed slow and clumsy compared to the human vessels. News of the human fleet's arrival spread quickly. On hundreds of worlds, aliens watched with a mixture of fear and awe as humanity flexed its newfound galactic muscle. Back on Earth, in the UN Space Command, President Nkrumah watched the operation unfold. How are we doing? She asked General Rodriguez. The general smiled. Better than expected, Madam President. Our tech superiority is even greater than we thought. We're encountering no real resistance. Sarah Chen, standing nearby, nodded. The psychological impact is significant. Look at these reports coming in from across the Alliance. Worlds are already talking about switching allegiance to us. President Nkrumah's face was serious. Remember, our goal isn't to conquer. We're here to secure our place in the galaxy and ensure our safety. As they spoke, more reports came in. Human ships were pushing deeper into Alliance space, not to attack, but to demonstrate their power. Everywhere they went, alien resistance crumbled. On the Galactic Council's capital world, panic was setting in. Admiral Zixnor, once so confident, now faced angry representatives from 100 worlds. You promised us an easy conquest, a furry alien shouted. Instead, you've brought the wrath of a superior species upon us. Zixnor tried to defend himself, but it was useless. The Alliance was fracturing under the pressure of humanity's advance. In a quiet corner, Vernox watched the chaos with sad eyes. He turned to his aide. Contact the humans, he said softly. Tell them I wish to discuss peace. As human ships continued their push, many alien worlds began to see the writing on the wall. Instead of resisting, they started to reach out, offering alliances, trade deals, and cultural exchanges. Admiral Tanaka, reviewing these offers on her ship, couldn't help but smile. From laughingstock to the most sought-after allies in the galaxy. Not bad for a primitive species. But not all aliens were ready to accept the new reality. On some worlds, hardliners prepared for a last stand against the human advance. They gathered their best ships and weapons, ready to fight to the bitter end. Little did they know, humanity was always 3 steps ahead. Earth's spies had infiltrated every level of alien society, and its quantum computers had cracked every alien code. As the human fleet approached a key Alliance military base, Admiral Tanaka received a message from Earth. She read it, then turned to her crew with a grim smile. Change of plans, she announced. We're about to show them something that will end this conflict once and for all. The human ship slowed, then came to a stop just outside the alien base's weapon range. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then, with a flash of light that outshone nearby stars, humanity revealed its ultimate weapon. The galaxy would never be the same again. The flash of light from the human fleet faded, revealing a sight that made every alien jaw drop. Where once there was empty space, now floated a massive space station. It was shaped like a giant tree, with a central trunk and branching limbs stretching out for miles. On alien worlds across the galaxy, every screen showed the same image. News of the humans' impossible feats spread faster than light itself. Admiral Tanaka's voice boomed across all frequencies. This is Yggdrasil Station, a symbol of Earth's commitment to galactic peace and cooperation. Inside the Galactic Council chambers, chaos erupted. They can create matter from nothing. One alien screamed. No, Vernox said quietly, his eyes wide with realization. They can fold space itself. On Earth, in the UN Space Command, President Nkrumah watched the reactions pour in. "How are they taking it?" she asked. Sarah Chen, monitoring the alien broadcasts, smiled. "Just as we hoped. They're in awe. The hardliners are losing support by the minute." General Rodriguez nodded. "Yggdrasil Station is the ultimate show of force. We've demonstrated we can appear anywhere, anytime, with whatever we need." Back at the alien military base facing Yggdrasil, the commander stared at the massive station in disbelief. His comm officer turned to him, antenna twitching nervously. "Sir, we're receiving thousands of surrender messages from our own forces." Across the galaxy, the balance of power shifted dramatically. Worlds that had been preparing for war now scrambled to make peace. The Galactic Alliance, once a mighty force, was crumbling. On a distant planet, a group of alien leaders met in secret. They represented the most powerful worlds in the former alliance. "We must unite," a reptilian alien hissed. "Together, we might stand a chance against the humans." But before they could agree, the wall of their secret bunker simply vanished. Standing there, as if she had always been present, was Sarah Chen. "Gentlemen," she said calmly, "I believe we need to talk." The aliens froze, realizing the humans were always one step ahead. Meanwhile, other alien races saw an opportunity in the changing galactic landscape. Envoys from distant sectors arrived at Yggdrasil Station, seeking alliances with Earth. Admiral Tanaka greeted them in a grand hall that seemed to defy the laws of physics, with waterfalls flowing upwards and gardens growing in midair. "Welcome," she said warmly. "Earth is always open to new friends." As news of these meetings spread, more and more worlds turned to Earth for leadership. The humans, once dismissed as primitive, were now seen as wise and powerful protectors. But not all was peaceful. On some worlds, protests broke out. Aliens who feared change or distrusted the humans took to the streets. Earth watched these developments carefully. In the UN Space Command, President Nkrumah met with her advisors. "We must be careful," she said. "We have the power to crush any resistance, but that's not who we are." Sarah Chen nodded. "Agreed. We need to win hearts and minds, not just battles." They decided on a new approach. Instead of more displays of military might, Earth would show its advanced medical technology, its art, its music. They would demonstrate that humanity had more to offer than just powerful weapons. Yggdrasil Station became a hub of cultural exchange. Alien artists performed alongside human musicians. Scientists from 100 worlds shared ideas in advanced labs. And in hospitals that seemed to defy death itself, the sick were healed regardless of their species. Slowly but surely, fear turned to curiosity, and curiosity to admiration. The galaxy was changing, growing, evolving under humanity's influence. But in the shadows, watched closely by human intelligence, the last desperate remnants of the old order plotted. They couldn't accept a galaxy where humans held such power. They would rather see everything burn than live in a human-dominated universe. Little did they know, Earth was always watching, always 3 steps ahead. As the conspirators made their plans, humans were already setting the stage for the final act of this cosmic drama. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see what impossible feat humanity would perform next. The age of human ascendancy had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. 5 years had passed since humanity revealed its true power to the galaxy. The Yggdrasil Station, once a shock, was now a symbol of hope and progress for countless alien species. On the station's main plaza, a diverse crowd gathered. Humans mingled with tall, graceful aliens, short furry creatures, and even floating gas beings. They were all there for a historic moment. Sarah Chen, now the Earth ambassador to the galaxy, stepped onto a floating platform. The crowd fell silent. "Friends, allies, fellow galactic citizens," she began, her voice carrying easily in the carefully designed acoustics. "Today, we celebrate 5 years of peace and cooperation. As Sarah spoke, screens around the plaza showed images from across the galaxy. New joint human-alien colonies on distant planets. Advanced medical facilities curing diseases once thought hopeless. Massive engineering projects reshaping barren worlds into garden paradises. But not all the images were of progress. Some showed the aftermath of the failed last stand by the hardliners who couldn't accept the new order. Their desperate attack had been easily repelled, their leaders now facing justice in courts that upheld the rights of all sentient beings. "We have faced challenges," Sarah continued. "We have overcome centuries of mistrust and fear. But together, we have built something greater than any single species could achieve alone." In the crowd, Admiral Zixnor watched with mixed emotions. Once the face of arrogance against humanity, he now served as a liaison between Earth and the reformed Galactic Alliance. His journey from enemy to ally symbolized the change many had undergone. Near him stood Vernox, the wise alien who had first cautioned against underestimating humans. He nodded approvingly at Sarah's words, his large eyes reflecting the lights of the plaza. As Sarah's speech concluded, a new figure took the platform. It was an alien child, a member of a species that had been on the brink of extinction before human medical technology saved them. On behalf of all the children of the galaxy, the young alien said in careful English, "We thank Earth for giving us a future." The crowd erupted in cheers. It was a powerful moment, showcasing how far things had come. But even as celebration filled Yggdrasil Station, Earth's leaders remained vigilant. In a secure room deep within the station, President Kruma met with her top advisors. "The galaxy is at peace," General Rodriguez reported, "but we must remain prepared. There are still unexplored regions, unknown threats." Admiral Tanaka nodded. "Our fleet is stronger than ever, and with our alien allies, we can face any challenge." President Nkrumah looked thoughtful. "We must balance our strength with wisdom. We were lucky that our first contact was with a civilization we could outmatch. The next one might not be so easy." As if on cue, a junior officer burst into the room. "Madam President, we've detected an anomaly at the edge of known space. It's like nothing we've ever seen before." The room fell silent. Then, slowly, President Nkrumah smiled. "Well," she said, "it seems the universe has more surprises for us. Humanity rose to its first galactic challenge. We'll rise to this one too." As alarms began to sound across Yggdrasil Station, as ships prepared for deployment, as alien allies rushed to offer assistance, there was no panic. Instead, there was a sense of excitement, of possibility. The galaxy had learned not to underestimate humanity. Whatever this new challenge was, they would face it together. Humans and aliens, once enemies, now stood united. In the plaza, as the celebration wound down, Sarah Chen looked up at the stars visible through the station's transparent dome. She thought of how far they had come, from a tiny fleet that aliens laughed at, to the leaders of a galactic alliance. And now, a new chapter was about to begin. Whatever lay beyond that anomaly, humanity was ready. They had fought for their place in the stars. They had earned the respect of a galaxy. The laughter had long faded. In its place was awe, admiration, and now, as a new adventure beckoned, eager anticipation. The age of human ascendancy wasn't ending. It was just beginning.